is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning here on Mornings LA with incredible great details about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021 today. In this recording, we go over the breaking news that came out of the White House minutes ago about your fourth stimulus package. And we go over the breaking news that happened on Friday from Leader Schumer. The fourth stimulus check is a monthly stimulus check, and in this recording, we're going to go over how much is at play and how much you're going to get. Then the second half of this video, we turn to fifth stimulus that'll raise your benefits up a lifetime to an amount you've never seen. A huge lift of a generation hitting that benefits of this fall. Then in the middle of the recording, we go over the big money available for you across the board, and the viewers have been killing it, and I want you to get this money as well. Anywhere from a couple $100s to a couple $1,000. It's a big morning. It's a big morning's broadcast. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here. Let's get to it right now on Mornings LALATE. It's Mornings LA, direct from you, live here in Santa Monica, California. Hope you are having a beautiful Tuesday morning. How's the weather where you are? Drop in the comments right now where you're tuning in from and tell me how the weather is. It is June gloom in full force here in Southern California right now. It is dark, it is cold, it is damp. You would never know it's June. Well, yeah, you would, because it's June gloom. In this recording, we're going to be going over that fourth stimulus check update of 2021 today. The breaking news from the White House, the breaking news from Leader Schumer, and the statements from Mayor Pete, and the no less than 8 wonderful breaking news about the fourth stimulus. We'll be going over how much you get and when you get it as well. Then in the second half of this recording, we go over the fifth stimulus, how it'll raise up your benefits a lifetime. And in the middle of this recording, the thousands of dollars you can get right now and more money landing in the mailbox today. What a day it is going to be and what a show it's going to be. So subscribe. This is LALATE, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The only 24-hour-a-day financial news network. 2,400 hours of thousands of programming around the clock, and I want you to be a subscriber. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record in 1 year. Next up, 1 million. Like this video and consider becoming a member. Let's get right into that fourth stimulus bill from Jalapal and the House proposal and compare them starting right now. The House bill from Jalapal provides a stimulus check for the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year. Let's compare that to the Senate proposal. The Senate proposal provides stimulus checks for a shorter duration. Let's see how that differs. There you go. So the House bill from Jalapal, stimulus check for 1 year plus the pandemic. Senate plan, on the other hand, provides a stimulus check from July to December. If you're watching the show just after 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, jump into the live chat and get ready to vote House or Senate and tell me where you're watching from. And if you're watching it taped later in the day, then get ready to vote in the comments, House or Senate, which one you like, and tell me where you're tuning in from and how's the weather. All right, let's go over to the monthly amount. Jalapal's House bill, $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter. The Senate amount is unknown on a monthly basis, but word on the street is it's this. Wow, wonderful, wonderful. $2,000 a month over 6 months, $12,000. Or $1,400 a month over 6 months, $8,400. Now let's go back to Jalapal's bill because there's a macroeconomic issue at play. And that macroeconomic issue is Jalapal's pandemic plus 1 year. Some insiders believe that the legislators may claim that the pandemic is over. And if that's the case, then Jalapal's bill would provide stimulus checks for 1 year over 12 months, 12 checks, which is $13,000 under Jalapal's bill, compared to this amount not in 12 months, but in 6 months. So now, which one do you like? House or Senate versus House or Senate? Love to hear your comments. Drop them in the live chat and in the pinned comment and tell me where you're watching from and how's the weather. All right, let's go over the other items you need to know about that fourth stimulus check. Who gets it? You do. So if you are a single individual, 75,000 or less, you get the fourth stimulus check. Married couple, 150,000 or less, you get the fourth stimulus check, double it. A family of four or less, you get the fourth stimulus check, quadruple it. And then if you are on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security or railroad benefits or veterans benefits, you get the fourth stimulus check. The fourth stimulus check is not income, so it's not taxable. The fourth stimulus check would not come in waves because it's a monthly stimulus check. The fourth stimulus check would not have different amounts for different people. Same amount for everyone, including adult dependents and minor dependents. And the fourth stimulus check is currently underway in a reconciliation process, a two-step process underway that was confirmed by Leader Schumer. Remember, I'm just a reporter. I report the news. I'm not a representative. They make the representations, and they represent the vote would be no later than July 4th. That means that you would get the first check in the month of July for the month of July, in the month of August for the month of August. And there you go. That is the start of your fourth stimulus check update of 2021 in this recording. But I got a lot more details coming in just a second, including what's happening with the president today and tomorrow with this, what happened with Chuck on Friday, and what did Mayor Pete do yesterday. Those great details coming up in a second. But first, let's get a preview of the second half of this video. Wow, in the second half of this video, we go over fifth stimulus that'll raise your benefits up a lifetime because of a benchmark will be the highest number of a generation. This is incredible news. That's coming up in the second half of this recording. But now let's turn to some big money for you. Viewers of this channel have been killing it. You folks have been killing it. You have been getting anywhere from a couple $100, a couple $1,000 every few hours. Every hour passes, another person sends me a message in the live chat, in the pinned comments, in the comments, on social media, and private message saying, I got this, I got that. Whether it's rent, utilities, SNAP, or more. If you haven't got any money, get a pen and paper ready. Stay to the very end because I'm going to get that money for you right now. And if you've gotten some money, God bless you, but I'm going to get you more money starting right now. And it starts with $350 billion. No, not $350 billion just for you. It's all that $350 billion coming from the federal government to the cities and counties and states across the country this week again. What is it for? Rent, utilities, mortgage help, and homeowners utility help. All right, get that pen and paper ready. I'm going to show you the different locations you can get the money from. It's important to know that every location has different eligibility. So if one says no, reach out to the next one. You can get rent, and it's about 4 to 6 months of rent, about $5,000. Okay, you got that pen ready? Here we go. City Hall, City Housing Authority. County Hall, County Housing Authority. State Hall, State Housing Authority. The keywords you're going to use is rent assistance because of COVID or mortgage assistance because of COVID. You don't say stimulus. And boy, money for rent, about $5,000, 4 to 6 months of rent. Money for utilities, homeowners help, and homeowners utilities. Wonderful. And that's just a start. And congratulations to Tim and to Linda, who got this money in the last 7 days. Now let's turn to another pot of money. And on this pot of money, Gail got this just a few days ago. My mind went blank. Lynn, there we go. Lynn got it for herself, for her mom, and her son. I had to remember that because that's a lot of people in that one house. So congratulations to Lynn. So what is this? It is money for SNAP. How do you get it? What is it? And how much money you can get? I'm going to go over all the details right now. SNAP is a year between now and December. So go get it. That is money for your SNAP, money for your food. Department of Agriculture, call 211. We're killing it. Look at we're at 9 minutes of this video, $16,000 for SNAP, $5,000 for rent, and we're just getting started. And I'm going to get you the next one, which is $5,000. One viewer got this. Wow. What is this? How do you get it and when do you get it? Let's go over the details. This is the money that the federal government has identified as where states had overpaid you unemployment benefits due to computer error and then ordered you to return the money back to them. The federal government has stepped in and said, nope, that was a mistake. That was the citizens' money to keep. So the federal government has now ordered the states to return the money back to you. Wow. So one viewer is getting $5,000 for it. How do you get it? On the bank account you have on file with your unemployment department. When do you get it? Reach out to your respective state. Every state has different routing times. The next pot of money has an incredible backstory to it. And it was 2 days ago, approximately 2 days ago, in our new hit overnight show called Overnight's Crypto. It's a 15-hour show that just ended about an hour ago, killed all numbers on this channel, broke all ratings. It's a massive hit last night. But 2 nights ago, one of the viewers jumped into the live chat because he knew that I would be there. He wanted to find me. Why? Because he wanted to share this message with you. On Friday, before Memorial Day weekend, he got his check, and he wanted you to know that he got his and for you to stay positive and focused and that you're going to get yours as well. Wow, that is the true spirit of the Purple Power. A viewer going out of his way to help you, people helping one another. And it's about this next pot of money. Another viewer got $2,000 for it. What is it? It's the money back from the federal government for the taxes you paid on your unemployment benefits. I'm going to go over first how much it is, how you're going to get it, when you're going to get it, and how you can track it. All right, let's go over those details. First, how much money is it? It is the amount you paid in taxes to IRS for your unemployment benefits. Here's an example. Let's say you had $9,000 of a total unemployment benefits in 2020. You paid $5,000 to IRS for your total tax bill, of which $4,000 was your taxes on unemployment benefits. Congratulations, you are getting back $4,000. Next, how? In the mail, look for an envelope. It is razor thin. So you have to go surgically through that mail over the next few weeks because you don't want to displace it. Then when? IRS was very clear that all the checks would be sent out by the end of May, not that you would receive it by the end of May. So watch for it for the next 2 weeks in June. Finally, it's important to know that the people who are single filers, no dependents are first, single filers complex returns are next, and then married couple next. Finally, how to track it. It works about 75%, 70% of the time. Go to irs.gov, set up a username and password, go in there, put your social security number in, and then do a transcript search and look for the last activity under your name. You'll then find the IRS tax return you filed for 2020, the money you paid on that tax return, and you will find that refund. So there you go. Incredible news. And it gets even better. And you know how it gets better. For stimulus with incredible news from Chuck Schumer, your leader, Schumer of the Senate, on Friday. On Friday before Memorial Day weekend, Leader Schumer confirmed not one, but 3 of the statements I've been reporting over the last few weeks. And he announced exactly when I said he was going to announce it on Friday evening. This is what he announced. Number 1, the reconciliation process has started for the fourth stimulus package. Number 2, the reconciliation process will be done with a final vote no later than July 4th. And number 3, the president can continue to have negotiations if he wants, but for purposes of the legislators, they are underway with the reconciliation, whether or not those negotiations ever result in anything. Wow. So what did Mayor Pete do yesterday? Mayor Pete said to News yesterday that at one point you have to eventually just call the vote. You can't keep on having negotiations. Finally, what happened minutes ago, today, Tuesday, after Memorial Day? The president did exactly what I told you he's going to do, which is he will continue to have chats with Republicans, but no one in the Congress who ultimately writes your bills, who ultimately writes your laws, is going to hold up anything because of these lunches or these chats. So the president announced minutes ago that he will have another meeting with one Republican tomorrow. Okay. Now let's go to the incredible details and the breaking news that led up to that announcement by Leader Schumer that he's calling the vote, and he made that announcement on Friday. It started over a week ago when Jalopal, who wrote that House bill, wrote the Leader Schumer a letter saying, call the vote. Jalopal wrote Schumer a letter saying, call the vote. And guess what? That letter was co-signed by over a dozen House Democrats. Who are those House Democrats? Among them are the House Democrats who wrote the president a letter weeks earlier saying that they are going to put Jalopal's monthly stimulus checks into the fourth stimulus package. Wow. Now they're writing Schumer a letter saying call a vote, and he is calling the vote. I think it worked, Jalopal. Good job. Then it got even better. Can it get better? Oh, it got a lot better. It got a lot better. A week ago, on a Friday, 7 House Democrats wrote the president a letter directly saying we're going to work with you to put those monthly stimulus checks in the fourth stimulus package. Now, work with you is a euphemism because the president doesn't write legislation. They do. But who are these people to say they're going to write the multiple stimulus checks? Well, they are on the House subcommittee that is solely and exclusively responsible for writing of multiple stimulus checks at a House level, called the House Ways and Means Subcommittee. My goodness. So they're writing the president a letter a week before Chuck says we're going to a vote, saying they're going to put multiple stimulus checks in the fourth stimulus package, and they're on the committee to do that. Yes. It doesn't get any better than that. I think Sir Lloyd is outside the window with Captain Obvious. Just can't see them outside with that June gloom. Did it get better? It got better. The Friday before Memorial Day weekend, the president said, I'm going to give it to this Friday. And then after that, you can just call the vote, Leader Schumer. And that's what he did. He called the vote. This last Tuesday, the president had another surprising great news. A little complicated, so I'm going to slow this down. The president reached out to global leaders around the world, and they are called the G7 countries, and got them to tentatively agree on a higher global corporate minimum tax rate, 15%. That's good. So what does that have to do with us? What does that have to do with us? Is that the president then later told insiders that once fourth stimulus becomes law, he's going to go back to those G7 countries and try to get them to sign on the dotted line to agree to formally that global minimum corporate tax rate. And if they do, then he's going to drop our U.S. corporate tax rate lower, closer to where it is right now. Oh my goodness, multiple stimulus checks and a lower corporate tax rate? Can it get any better than that? It can. It got better than that. When on Wednesday, the president got the counter proposal from the same Republican he's meeting with this Wednesday, and said, no deal, call the vote, Chuck. And then on Thursday, I think probably the best item of great news was on Thursday, when those people who had been wondering about, where are they? You're like, where are they? We have not heard from you in a while. Those people came out and did exactly what you have been asking them to do. And who are they? The Senate Democrats. The Senate Democrats, who had been quiet for a little bit of time, came out and said on Thursday, we're calling the vote. What are we waiting for? We're calling the vote. There we go. And then on Friday, of course, Leader Schumer announced what we just reported, that the reconciliation process is underway currently. The voting process will be done by July 4th, and that the president may continue to have negotiations, but those will have no impact on what the Congress is doing. Wow. Just incredible news. If it couldn't get any better, it can. And that is if you got that rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners assistance. If you're having problems getting and have reached out to try to get it, don't worry, because this is the Purple Power. Viewers helping viewers. And that's the community page. The community page is a series of viewers just like you, who are salt of the earth, who have stepped forward to help you find that money. How do you reach out to the volunteers on the community page? The community page is in the description to this video. Open the description to this video. Go down, and then you'll see an emoji of a house. Next to that emoji is a link to the community page, news.lalate.com/community. Click that link. It'll send you over to the community page. A picture of some kitty cats on the top of the page. Lower on the page are the volunteers. They're separated from Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Reach out to them, and they'll help you get that money. And I will be back with you in 60 seconds with big, exciting details, still about how they do the vote in the fourth stimulus, and the big details about fifth stimulus. All wonderful news. See you back in about 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now on Mornings LA with incredible news still unfolding about that fourth stimulus check and fifth stimulus check. In the second half of this video, we can go over the vote and how they do that vote for the fourth stimulus and the breaking details about fifth stimulus. This is LALATE, the only 24-hour a day, 7 days a week financial news channel. I'm next live with you in about 5 minutes after this recording with Mornings Crypto. So join me with the breaking news about the cryptocurrency. Then I'm back with you live on air again at 11 a.m. with Noontime, so don't miss that show. Live in the morning, taped in the afternoon. Subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. Next up, 1 million. Like this video and consider becoming a member. The value of membership is detailed in just a second. Let's jump right into fifth stimulus. Fifth stimulus is this fall, and it raises up your benefits. We're going to go over how it does and what economic data we're going to be looking at this week that'll give us more insight as to how high these benefits will go. Fifth stimulus has the raising of the benefit limits, then removing the asset limit, adding an inflationary benchmark, removing the income exclusion, and removing the marriage penalty. All right, let's go over how this works, the breaking news, and what the news is going to look like later this week. So who is this for? It's for you. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, veterans benefits, survivor benefits, or multiple beneficiaries. Your benefits will be raised up one big time under fifth stimulus. Then they will apply a benchmark. That benchmark is inflation. Now, we all know what inflation is, but what's a benchmark? How does it work? And what is the breaking news from Friday? And what will be the breaking news about this benchmark later this week? A benchmark steps up your benefits every year based upon a letter that comes in December or keeps it the same. In December, you get a letter saying, hi, next year you're either stepping up or staying the same. You never step down. So the benchmark is inflation. Well, we're trying to figure out what that inflation rate will be in December. And later this week, we're going to see more economic data coming out of the Labor Department and Wall Street that will give us more signals about how high inflation is expected to be. Here's what the good news is. The inflation rate in December is expected to be the highest of a generation. It's high now. It's expected to go much higher. Jeremy Siegel says maybe 20%. The Atlanta Fed, it says growth rate will go from 4 to 10.5%. That looks like 7% inflation. Analysts are talking about 3 to 7% inflation. Let's use 6% as an example because, boy, it is going high. Here's an example. First, they'll raise up your benefits under fifth stimulus. Then they'll apply the benchmark in December for next year. Let's say it's 6% inflation. Then you'll go up plus 6%. Not just for next year. Lifetime. Lifetime. Because once they step you up one time, you stay at that level. You never step down. So if the year after that, the inflation rate is 0%, then you're still plus 6%. You never step down. If in 2 years from now, the inflation rate is 2%, then you're plus 6, plus 2% in that year. Wonderful news, because with the highest benchmark of a generation, it'll change your benefits lifetime. Wow. All right, let's go over the other items. They're going to remove the asset cap. Thank goodness, just in time to get those stimulus checks in your hand. Because the asset cap says you can't keep more than about $3,000 in your hand at a given time. They're going to remove the income cap that says you can't work and also stay on benefits. It's going to go away, getting rid of a very old 1960s law. And finally, the marriage penalty. It's horrible, and it's going to go away. It penalizes you if you get married. No longer. You'll be able to marry your long-time love interest, and love is going to win. You won't lose benefits, and if you're married, you won't be penalized. That's fifth stimulus. Heating up this fall, likely out the door about October, they represent in your benefits, and then the benchmark letter in December for January. Now, it's important to know that fifth stimulus has a lot of other stuff in there besides this. And while the president calls the fifth stimulus package the American Family Plan, there's a lot of stuff in there for single people. A lot of stuff in there for single people, single hazard pay workers, money in there for single people who are seniors, for medical assistance. And that's the value of membership. The link is at the top of the chat to become a member and also in the pinned comment. As a member daily, I send out to you a delineation of what's in the fifth stimulus, what's in the fourth stimulus, and what's in the third stimulus. It's important to see it because in a 30-minute video, which is currently at 25 minutes, I never have enough time to go over everything that's in the fifth stimulus. everything that's in the fourth stimulus, and everything that's in the third stimulus. One of the viewers in the chat just a second ago during the commercial break said, whatever happened to hazard pay? It's in the third stimulus. It's in the third stimulus. So as a member, you have the delineation of all the items. Now, if you can't become a member, at least subscribe, because it's important to understand that the month of July is going to be a crowded month for legislation. And if you look at it from afar, and you're not a subscriber, you may get confused. It's very easy to get confused. Let me show you how you could get confused. In the month of July, there'll be a budget bill in addition to this budget bill. Yes. In the month of July, they can call other Jalopal bills that are standalone for a vote. Yes, other Jalopal bills. Very confusing. And in the month of July, while they're sending out the fourth stimulus check, they're also sending out the third stimulus check. Is if that was not confusing enough, there you go. So at least subscribe. All right, now let's turn back to the voting of the fourth stimulus package. It's important to know that over Memorial Day weekend, we had a small, wonderful, tight group family. But as a lot of people coming back from Memorial Day weekend, you may have missed some recordings. So I want you to be empowered with the information to know that there is 9 voting steps to get this to the finish line. And that 4 stimulus checks cannot be sent out with one day, one vote, one moment. The Constitution requires these 9 steps. They are not being ordered or required by a person or a party. They're required by the Constitution. Let's go over the steps. The first half are procedural steps. The second half are substantive steps. Step 1. The House subcommittees call the procedural vote. Step 2, the House floor calls the procedural vote. Step 3, the Senate calls the procedural vote. And step 4, the President signs the procedural bill into law. At that point, the procedural bill is law and the tow truck has passed over the finish line. Time to go get that tow hitch. Step 1, the substantive bill goes to the subcommittees of the House. That's where the House Ways and Means Committee, if they want to, put that monthly stimulus check in. Step 6, the House floor votes on the substantive bill. Step 7 and Step 8 are the 2-day vote-a-rama in the Senate, in which senators introduce amendments to the legislation. So they can, at that point, put in the senators the monthly stimulus checks, or they can modify whatever the senators did. If they put it in previously, they can modify what the House members did if the House members had previously put it in at the earlier steps. And step 9, the President signs it into law. 9 steps required by the Constitution. There's no way to do it any quicker and no way to speed it up any faster. But you know how we do it on this channel. Purple Power is going to start to reunite and start to ignite and start to push in the next few days, because ultimately we have to ensure that everything we're entitled to gets to the finish line. Meantime, a surprise. If you notice the surprise, it kicked in last night. I had noticed in the last few days that viewers have been enjoying throwback, fun, entertaining rerun videos. And so we had 2 initially always on this channel, but last night we rolled out to 4. So now there's 2 on the evening side at the end of the night at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time and midnight Pacific Standard Time for my as what we call Draculas. It's my vampires that never sleep. And then the usual ones you've gotten used to at 3 a.m. and 3:30. Meantime, we keep our usual slate of programming, and I'm next back with you, with some more shows. In 5 minutes from now, I'm back with you with Mornings Crypto. That's live on air. And then after that is Noontime LALATE at 11 a.m. with breaking details. Wall Street remains relatively calm this morning. Not a lot of activity. We will see if there's anything that unfolds that's interesting. But meantime, we will stay on top of the news and see if anything different unfolds as well. And with that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. Next stop, 1 million. Like this video. 3,000 likes. Every like helps. And consider becoming a member. The link's at the top of the chat and pinned comment. Stay informed, stay focused, stay motivated. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and I'll next be back with you in about 5 minutes live on air with Mornings Crypto. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay valid.